Here's the thing about being the eldest kid. You pick up on your parents' BS really early. So when they say, hey, we had a lot of meat recently, how about we just go for a meatless tagine, you know? A tagine berber would be very nice. You realize they're lying. It's the end of the month. They just don't have enough money. They want to save. The problem is that this tagine is actually delicious. It doesn't need any meat. It has lots of flavors, lots of vegetables and herbs. It's delicious on its own. So let's make it without the BS.
Alright, so first, grate 3 cloves of garlic, then 4 tablespoons of mixed parsley and cilantro, grate 1 onion, if you want to protect your tagine, use a heat diffuser. I'm using the bottom of a cake pan. In Morocco, people use the lid of paint cans. No idea why, but yeah, a little nugget of information for you. Medium-low heat, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and the garlic. Once the garlic starts to brown, add the onions, and then half of the herbs. Now, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of coriander. Mix it and let it cook for around 7 minutes. Now add 200 grams or 7 ounces of tomato puree. Feel free to use fresh tomatoes. I mean, I have good Italian tomato puree, so I wanted to save some time. Anyway, let it cook on low heat while we prepare our vegetables. So 1 zucchini, 1 turnip, 1 carrot, 1 red bell pepper, 2 potatoes, and 2 cauliflower florets. The general idea is to cut the vegetables thin enough so that by the time the tagine is ready, they are well cooked, but they're not completely falling apart. If you're not going to use them immediately, leave your vegetables in a bowl of cold water and they will stay fresh. Time to set up the tagine. So first goes the vegetables that will take the longest to cook, or the vegetables you like the least. I mean, cook with love for sure, but definitely with a dash of passive aggressiveness. But seriously, the tough vegetables go in the bottom. Lower the heat to low, cover, and cook for 20 minutes. While your tagine is cooking, we will prepare a little marinade with 2 tablespoons of olive oil, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of coriander, half a teaspoon of ginger, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, the rest of the herbs, and 100 ml or 3.4 fluid ounces of hot water. Mix it well, and then cover the outside layer of the vegetables with this marinade. Cover and cook for another 40 minutes. In case your tagine bubbles from the sides, that's totally normal. Don't take off the lid, but instead just have a little crack that lets some of the steam escape without losing the heat. Once the 40 minutes is over, we're gonna add our green peas and olives. Then cover again and cook for another 10 minutes. If you want, you can garnish with some parsley and fresh cracked salt and pepper. And enjoy.
That was it for me today. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. I hope you make this at home. If you do, serve it with some harissa and some fresh, warm Moroccan bread, for which I have a recipe here or here. But anyway, if you like this video, you know what to do. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll leave you all the ingredients right below this video, and I will see you next time. Take care.